And here we are. Welcome to Limaland, site of tonight's Fort Worth Screen Printing Dirt Street Stock Tour doubleheader. We have got quite the field for you. Looks like we have 18 cars set to do battle here. Still waiting for a few of them to get out on the track, but we'll start our starting lineup right here, right now. We got the 43 of Chris Alkire on the pole. Random draw qualifying. Here's your Labor 12 starting lineup music. Chris Alkire on the pole with J.R. Deal starting second. Two of the fan favorites right on the front row. Will Ashbrander starts third. Blake Giglio in fourth.
Boobies.
Jake Lawrence had to go and interrupt me. We have Henry Koloff rolling off in the fifth spot. Ian Montrose in sixth. Brad Wilson in seventh. Joseph Pratt in eighth. Lucas Weissman ninth. Scott Elston starts 10th. Daniel Lawal in 11th. We have Harrison Whitehead 12th. Don't see Tegan Fox on track, so Jeremy Clapper-Newell will start 14th. Jeremy Akins, we'll go with Akins in 15th. Nathan Lafayette 16th. Damon Eagle 17th. And Ashton Tackwell in 18th. 18 cars, one of them not on track, Tegan Fox, so 17 cars set to do battle here. Pace truck heads on off, and we are underway here from Limaland. Green flag right now. Instantly, Blake Giglio to the top to try and go three wide around the outside and take the lead. Blake Giglio getting pushed up the track by the number 9 of J.R. Deal. Blake keeping it up at the top lane. He's going to try to get to the back of Chris Alkire. Alkire slides up to the outside. Blake Giglio goes through the middle. Then there's contact as Ian Montrose dumps the 43 of Alkire, and there is calamity in the back of the field. Somehow we are still green, despite the massive pileup. Lucas Heusman's involved. Someone's on their side. I believe that's the 84 of Whitehead. Whitehead went up and over, and we stay green. I don't know where the caution is, but hey. They have caught Alkire trying to limp it to the bits. Looks like another one down low. That looks like Ashbrander. Number of cars injured, and now we finally get a caution. I wonder what triggered this. Was it maybe the slow car on the inside line? Alkire nearly to a stop down there may have triggered it. Finally. Or it may have been admin thrown. Wow, what a mess.
That's not my bad.
So we can see what initially happened. It looked like Montrose just no patience right through the back of the 43. It's going to take us a minute to get back to it since it took forever to get the caution. There we go. Alkire's on the outside wall and Montrose just doesn't miss him. Bandio up the hill. Gets it slowed down. Little contact with Giglio. Then Montrose right into the back and finishes him off. We'll go back to the 43 Alkire through here. It all gets stacked up behind him after this. I think Montrose had a little room to go down, just didn't. Then poor Lucas Weissman has just had a rough luck this season. Had nowhere to go here. It's up on the top side. Of course, on dirt, you can't turn all that quickly. Man, that was Clapper-Newell getting in there, flipping the 84 of Whitehead. Whitehead goes from one to his side. Tough break for a lot of drivers starting off this feature. Bit of a calamity. Started off, but we were back underway while we were watching all that goodness. Giglio gets the jump, takes off to the lead. Brad Wilson's going to try to run him down. Those two have had quite a history on the dirt side. Shenandoah Shine versus the low drag team of Blake Giglio. J.R. Deal gets contact with the 57 of Akins. Jeremy Akins making a little door contact with the number 9. Welcoming Akins to the series with a door bang. And Joseph Pratt in the 17. And we get our second caution. I think Damon Nagel, Chrome car, had a bit of a contact with Montrose. Montrose has been a part of everything tonight. Damon Nagel spins it out. I think Montrose had a car that was outside. Maybe Nagel didn't realize they were three wide. Let's take a look here. Montrose had a
that start was ass last time, just so you know.
A bit of run down the hill.
Single file.
Oh my gosh. These guys talking all over us here. There's the contact between Montrose and Nagel, and that spins him out to the inside. There was a car on his outside. Plenty of room. I don't know. Dirt just gets kind of odd sometimes. Don't really want to pick anybody there. No picking on people. Let's go back and see what the chat's about now.
Hi here.
Hi here.
Whoever that was I hit, I was avoiding the... Yeah, sorry.
So that was Montrose saying somebody was on his outside, so he did recognize the car out there and then made contact with Nagel. One car I think it's been tagged on all 4 corners already. Field doubling up for the restart. Oh, by the same team. Rolling the 1-9. Here we go. Blake Giglio gets to the jump. Wilson trying to keep up. You have Joseph Pratt, Jeremy Akins up there at the top. Top 4 are all right here together. This is kind of fun. Normally you see Blake take off and leave. Third caution back out though, unfortunately. This one may be the Penguin. Lafayette gets into JR Deal. Let's see how they come together here. Deal's trying to keep it off of Montrose. Lafayette gassed it up right into the 9.
That's alright. Yeah, my side anyway.
Heard him talking about Jeremy, but he looks okay. We have 2 Jeremys, by the way. They have to be a little bit more specific. Although most people call Jeremy Clapper, not Jeremy. Well, what a start. Guess we'll jump in for the broadcast links now.
Should be single file. We did not complete a lap.
Should be and is can be different things.
That restart was horrible.
Blake was the leader.
Yeah, I know, right?
Green flag back out on the air. Blake takes off. Brad Wilson trying to keep pace. And there is what looks like a 71, but says 17. Very confusing. Riding in the 3rd spot. And Jeremy Akins 4th, and Ian Montrose in 5th. JR Deal gets around Henry Koloff for 6th. And you have Scott Elston trying to put the pressure on for 7th. Ashton Tackwell, Lucas Hoyce has made his way back to the top 10. And you have Daniel Lawallen, Damon Nagel, Jeremy Clapper Newell, Nathan Lafayette, Will Ashbrenner, Chris Alkire. Then Harrison Whitehead 2 laps down, and Tegan Fox late to join the party 5 laps down. Get back to the front, Brad Wilson and Joseph Pratt putting on a show. I think the Pratt issue, I think our admin got dyslexic and put his number in backwards in the system. This one's not going to be on him. He definitely said he's supposed to be the 71, so we'll get that sorted out. 16 and, well, currently 17 battle side by side for the lead. Then Akins, Wilson, and Montrose, your top 5. He's kind of single filing up here towards the front. Still have Deal and Koloff battling for 6th, 7th, and Elston in 8th. Deal up the hill a bit. Koloff wrapping the bottom.
So out of curiosity, Pratt, are you the 71 or the 17?
71.
71.
Oh, Deal's going to loop it. JR Deal gets too far around it. Oh, collects Lucas Hoisman. The 4th caution waves. JR Deal bringing this one out.
Oh, shit.
Gets into the fence a little bit, then over-rotates, loses the back end of the car. Gets a little help from Elston, then Lucas Hoisman comes in there and wipes him the rest of the way out. Poor Lucas has had a rough start to this race. I think Lucas and Montrose are tied for number of cars hit so far. Hopefully they can continue on. Cars aren't beat up too bad. Homie. Familiar refrain. Look like Lucas ended up losing a lap. Currently scored 1 lap down, even though caution laps don't count, so that's a little confusing. Thought he would be okay to take a tow. We'll see if he's able to get back out there. Very hard to get your lap back once you go a lap down. You can't get wave arounds because the caution laps don't count. So even if you pass pace car, nothing happens.
Going low.
Field bunching up, getting ready for a restart here.
A better restart here later. Better one.
Talking shit to Giglio is just going to make him do whatever he wants. Blake takes off here. Pratt now has Jeremy Akins to deal with. Brad Wilson all the way to the top. rim riding in the 51. Jump back to this battle for a second, even though we can keep an eye on Montrose in the background. There we go. A little wider scope. Check everything out. So cool to see so many cars on track. Pratt and Aikens going at it for that second spot. Pratt up high, picked up a win last week. He bounces it off the fence. So we get to halfway here in feature number 1. Remember, we'll invert the field, add 10 laps to run feature number 2 right after this. Just Pratt, Aikens still side by side. Wilson's kind of by himself now. Montrose is falling back to call-offs clutches. A few battles going on in the top 10. A little bit further back, you see Nagel battling Tackwell and Clock Renewal. Unfortunately, Hoytsvakar not able to get back on the track in time, and Lafayette seems to have brought out another caution here. Oh, Daniel Lawala gets right into him. See Lafayette in the 0-0 enter in the corner, and Daniel Lawala just Austin Dillon's right on in there. Spins the 0-0 around. Unfortunately for Daniel, that was not for the win.
Sorry about that, Nate.
There's the apology from Mr. Lawala.
Taking a top on this one.
Like we do.
You're going top?
Choosing top.
Yeah.
Damn fool. How about I make a name of myself here at 8?
We have that on our channel now. Green flag back out in the air. Blake Giglio trying to get the jump on Pratt. Pratt slides it in there pretty hard. He's going to lose the back end. He's going to have to let Wilson get the advantage there.
Sorry about that. 25. This shifter is the biggest piece of shit ever.
Shit or shifter being blamed.
On the metal board.
A little bit of contact there. Oh my gosh, big blink from Pratt. Check back a little bit further. Aikens in fourth. Montrose.
Just so I can fix my clutch, and it just fixed itself.
Mechanical issues going on for one of our drivers. Couldn't tell who that was. Giglio trying to hold off Wilson. Wilson putting on the pressure here with 9 laps remaining. Battle for lead, battle for third. Lots of action going on here at Limaland. Keeping this wide angle so you can pick out your favorite drivers while we keep an eye up at the front. Wilson lost a little ground there to Giglio. Pratt and Aikens still battling. They go single file, and we go back a little bit further. Nagel and Montrose side by side for that 5th position. And you have Scott Elston, Ashton Tackwell making it a 4-car scrap for the 5th spot. Wilson starting to reel Giglio back in. For the moment, still single file. And really, the battle is from 5th back to 8th. We see JR Deal battling call-off for the last spot in the top 10s. We get another caution. This one might be the Budweiser car of Will Ashebrenner.
Can I have a Neo when it came out as caution came out? Put me in the middle.
Ashebrenner gets hung on the wall. Car just would not come off the wall.
Hey, we're stopping the track. Why don't we not put it in reverse?
And Giglio gets into the back of him.
Thanks. I'm like 15 laps down. I don't want to get involved in stuff.
Giglio is still shown as the leader. Fortunately for him. Waits for the field to catch up.
Should be single file restart. Less than 10 to go.
Thanks for that heads up for our drivers that may not be familiar with that.
My front end destroyed.
You don't need a front end to win these
Sorry,
things.
Buck, I was trying to get going.
We had a winner not even have a front end before. Front ends are overrated. You only have 4 to go. You get the green flag, you'll be fine. Don't have to worry about overheating in 4 laps. What you do got to worry about is Wilson right behind you, Mr. Blake. And if either of you makes a slip up, Joseph Pratt in 3rd. Wilson gets a decent launch, but kind of lost it there in the second part as he went across the slick. Blake going to put a good gap on him here. Wilson's going to fall back towards the 17/71 of Pratt. They're going to go side by side for second. Pratt trying everything he can to get this second spot away from Wilson. All this caution seemed to do was take away our battle for 5th. That was really exciting for there. We have the 57 of Akins looking to the inside, his debut in SRL. Trying to dig on that inside and pick up a podium. 71, Pratt putting the crossover on the 51 of Wilson. Akins trying to get in there. All of a sudden, all 4 cars are right on top of each other with the white flag in the air. Down the backstretch for the final time and into turn number 3. So far, a lot of behaving. Who's going to get second's the question. And it looks like Pratt's going to steal second from Wilson right at the end. Akins finishes 3rd, Nagel, or Akins 4th, Nagel 5th, Elston 6th.
Top 3 waiting room. 5-minute warm-up track is open.
Giglio, Pratt, and Wilson to the waiting room, please, and thank you for our feature number 1 interviews.
Good racing there with you, Nathan.
Drop down in the broadcast booth and let them do their thing. We're going to mute the chat so we can get our interviews in nice and clean. I don't see anybody in the waiting room just yet. There's Mr. Brad. Brad, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you tried to hang on a second. Looks like you got snookered right there at the end coming out of turn number 4. What did you maybe need to hold off and get the 2nd place?
Maybe running the other weeks, maybe. It's just rolling back into this is a little different. I've missed it a lot and just trying to continue where we left off last season.
So you're saying you're a little rusty?
A little bit.
10-4. Well, to be rusty and still bring a podium home in your first feature is a really good job. Now you got 15 cars to get through to try to get back to the front and an extra 10 laps to do it. How do you think feature number 2 is going to feel?
I know Blake's going to pass us pretty early because he's just one of the fastest people out here, if not the fastest. We're just going to try to get behind him and follow him through it.
10-4. Well, that sounds like one strategy, but I'd prefer it if you just blocked him the whole time and won the thing.
If he'll push me through the field, I'm more than down to block him for it.
He'll push you. I just don't know about through the field.
Well, if it's through another car, then we'll see what happens.
10-4. Well, good luck out there. We'll see how it all plays out here in feature 2.
All right, thank you, sir.
Wilson in the 51 finishing 3rd. We'll go bring in Joseph Pratt in the 1771. How we doing today, Joseph?
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Seems our admins made a little slight error and put you in a dyslexic style 17, but that's okay. We'll get you taken care of next week. Sorry about that. Really good run there in that first feature. You were able to get second right there at the end. What did you maybe need to try to get to Mr. Blake?
Oh, man, I definitely needed that 51 out of my way for sure.
Got there eventually, but how you going to think about holding off Blake here in this feature number 2? You know he's going to be a hard charger trying to get through traffic.
Well, this last race I just came from last to second, so I don't think it'll be that hard, you know?
10-4, you never know. Blake hot on your heels.
That's right, brother. Well, hey, man, have a good night, and I'll talk to you in the next one.
10-4, I like that confidence. Good luck. See if Blake's hanging out. He is. We'll rag him up here. Blake, DG, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Going even better for you. You picked up the win there. You started 4th, so you didn't have a whole lot of traffic to get through in that first feature, but now we're going to be starting at the tail end. What do you think your odds are for a double feature tonight?
Probably not good. You know, you have a lot of guys here that are pretty equal on pace. So I think we're going to have to see how the wrecks go. There's going to be a lot of them. Have to keep our car clean, and hopefully the crew can get the thing fixed from last feature.
You got a few little bumps there, but I don't know if you heard me on the broadcast. I was trying to tell you front ends don't really matter when you only have like 4 laps to go. You can navigate that pretty good. And
yeah, it definitely broke my wheels. It didn't feel very good that sense, but hopefully we were able. Luckily, I think if they had one more lap, I think they were going to get me. So thankfully, it was only 30 laps, not 31.
10 forward. Now we got 40. See if you can't come through the field and try to get past everyone that's really fast. We got some new fast guys to throw at you now. Is that exciting?
Yeah, it definitely makes it, you know, you got to stay on your toes a lot more and watch the lines. So I'm looking forward to the second feature and hoping we have a good time.
10 forward. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Drop Blake back down in his chat. Blake Elio winning feature number 1. Congrats to him on that. Now we move into warm-ups while we wait for feature number 2. We got about a minute and 20 seconds till we get to that point. See Blake out there getting some practice in. Blake currently fastest. Call off second quick. Clapper third quick. Hoytsma fourth best time right now. Tackwell, Ashbrenner, and Tegan Fox. Those are your quickest drivers so far. Hello, Hunter. How are you? And Gatlin, no, that was feature number 1. This is feature number 2. These are race, not pre-race. Then we go to Xfinity at Vegas after this. I believe that practice opens up in about 8 minutes. Travis is still giving you guys the full hour to practice, so nice of him to give you some extra track time, those of you that want it. You can't go electric cowboy with me these days because I go straight to rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Final 20 seconds of warm-up tick-off here. We'll get the field inverted from last feature. Which should mean, I believe, Tegan Fox on the pole. I think Lucas Hoytsma will be up there. He went multiple laps down taking a tow. Hopefully Whitehead is going to have some better luck and not get rolled over. There is the end of warm-up. On to feature number 2 we go. Cars will have about 60 seconds to grid up. We should see our left side flip-flop. We'll have to figure out how to get the laps out of there. There we go. Unofficial results is not how you start a race. So we do have Tegan Fox on the pole, and Lucas Hoytsma going to start second. Go ahead and get our starting lineup going. Presented by our friends at Labor 12, awesome rock band out of Lubbock, Texas. If you have not checked them out yet, please do so. LaborXII.com or anywhere you get your music. Have a little bit of a blinking issue on the leader. That's not good. Tegan Fox is going to start on pole in the 61. Lucas Hoytsma will roll off second in the number 97 712 brakes machine. Harrison Whitehead, the street limit 84. He'll roll off in the 3rd spot. Chris Alkira, the stack up 43. Will start in 4th. Will Ashbrenner, the Budweiser 83, starts in 5th. Daniel Llewellyn, Jack Daniels 23, starts in 6th. Nathan Lafayette, the 00 Penguin machine, rolls off 7th. Jeremy Clapper Newell in the Ricky Bobby throwback starts in 8th. JR Deal with the Vault Tech number 9 starts in 9th. Ian Montrose, the Thrustmaster 1 in 10th. Henry Koloff in the TFS6 or TF56, I can't tell. Designs starts in 11th. Ashton Tackwell in that black 25, he'll roll off in 12th. Scott Elston in the Mugen Seki, I can't really say this and he's going to make so much fun of me, but we're going to go with Mugen Seki. Machine number 35 starts in the 13th spot. Damon Nagel in the Trevor Project car starts in 14th. Jeremy Aikens, I'm going with Aikens until he tells me otherwise. The DWR Racing Machine starts in the 15th spot. Brad Wilson in Shenandoah Shine car in 16th, and Joseph Pratt, the Tommy Gun Customs machine, starts in 17th, and Blake Giglio in the M9 Performance Shotgun on the field 18th after winning feature number 1. Has a lot of traffic to get through in 40 laps to try and get back to the front of the field and get a double feature win. Go ahead and make your picks, chat. I think Lucas is sitting in a good spot here. If he can hang on to it, Lucas is sitting pretty good. Tegan a little slow on the start. Lucas not. Lucas jumps out to the lead. Not sure what happened there at the start. Got a little crazy.
I don't know what happened.
And then the 84 checks up and our caution comes out. Like the leader did not really go and stacked everything up. We got a little bit of a slow-mo situation going on here. Yeah, that happens a bit, Gatlin. So there goes the contact with the 84. Let's watch the restart. The start, first of all, the very initial start. Looks like the 61 doesn't really go. And that stacks everybody up.
It's probably going to be single file because we didn't get past lap 1.
And then
Okay.
Tegan over-rotates the car.
Before was gonna
84
try
gets into the door, trying to
and-
stay off of Tegan.
Before was gonna try and immediately go for it.
It's like they stacked up behind that. I think Ashbrenner had some contact with a tire, maybe? Yeah, he gets a tire. I saw him get airborne. 83 goes up and over a tire.
Everybody's all.
Yeah, we're gonna have to delay this one. It put me a lap ahead of everybody. You want me to stop and everybody with me so we can get the field bunch back up? Or do we wave them around?
I'm not seeing that.
Well, it says pass the pace car, but this 57 hasn't passed yet.
That's-
Everybody just line up where you are. We'll clear flags. Just line up where you are.
You gotta pass the pace car.
Oh yeah, well that'll do it.
Guy's not passing the pace car. We'll get everything all jumbled up. Who knows what's going on right now? Just watching the field race around under caution. Hard to tell who's in the lead. I think Lucas was the one up there. And there we go. Now we got it all sorted out. Lucas is finally behind the pace car. Everyone else catches up to the back of the field.
Alright, I believe everyone's lined up. I'll shorten it.
Good admin call to get that sorted out and not just let it launch. Lights are out on the pace truck. We're getting set for the restart. Officially, shows still 40 to go, but we do get one lap complete here. So it'll be 39 when they get the green. Hoytsman leader, Alkire second. Daniel Awal in third, and the 00, Nathan Lafayette in fourth. Hoytsman gets a decent jump. Alkire, Llewellyn, Lafayette, Clapper Newell, J.R. Deal, Ian Montrose, Henry Coloff, and Bandio has gone around in the 43 Navy car. Quickly back under yellow. Oh, Llewellyn gets into the Alkire car. Bandio gets a little too much rotation, checks up in the middle of the corner. Llewellyn, unable to check up in time, slides into him. Daniel did try it, but Alkire.
Don't do EOLs.
You don't do. Okay, my bad.
I'm already at the end of the line, gentlemen.
Alkire always in good spirits. Good to have him back. I'm trying to get the Hoytsman. There he is. Currently,
Is it bad if I don't even care that I'm in the back of the pack?
no.
Doing good, man.
I'm ahead of 2 guys. That's my one goal. Beat someone.
Beat someone. It's always a good goal. Goal number 1, beat someone. Goal number 2 is top half of the field for me. Hoytsman holding it down a little bit lower than you would think. Llewellyn up a little bit higher. Hoytsman gets the jump. Llewellyn, Lafayette, Clapper Newell. Let's go back and find where the top 3 are from last race. Wilson's up to 11th. Pratt is 12th. Giglio is 13th. Trying to make their way through, but they have not had much green flag running just yet. Llewellyn trying to get some grips all the way up to the fence. We go 3 wide down the center. Lafayette, Koloff, and Clapper Newell. JR Deal's going to over-rotate it once again. He's going to spin out, collect the 84. And there is another caution. The 71's involved as well. That is Pratt. Pratt was one of our top 3 from last race. See JR Deal once again in the 9s. Same kind of deal as last race. He gets a little punt from Tackwell, but that doesn't really do much. Right here, gets on the slick, loses the back end, over-rotates. Wilson gets by, the 71 gets into it. Blake may have got a piece of that.
Can I get a black clear? I had to get to the pit road. I couldn't turn.
Yeah, there's the contact for Giglio. He loses his right front turn ability. Suspension broke. He's just, see one tire hard to the left, the other tire not at all.
Thank you.
And gets it onto the pit lane.
Hey, you out there watching, give me a visual on my car for me.
I don't know who that was.
It looks. You got no front bumper.
I'll be like, you have a car. Pratt, no front bumper. That is a problem. 71 car has no front end. I told Blake it's not a big deal, but if you get that radiator caked up with mud, it will overheat. So short amount of time is not a big deal. Launched back to green. Hopefully we can stay green here for more than a lap. So it gets out up to the wall. Montrose trying to put on the pressure for the lead there. It's like the center is so slicked off that the line is either all the way at the wall or all the way at the bottom. Such a wide track at Limaland. Montrose finding some good grip down to the bottom. Can't quite get alongside Hoytsma, but still putting in good speed. Now he goes to the top. Jeremy Clapper Newell third, Tackwell fourth. Wilson's made his way up to fifth, battling Harrison Whitehead. Nice looking car for Whitehead this week. Whitehead wraps the bottom, trying to catch up to Tackwell. Whitehead's actually just barely ahead of Wilson. Tackwell bounces it off the wall hard on corner entry. It helps it rotate though. Wilson trying to get by Tackwell up on that high side. As we get our fourth caution, Daniel Wallen in the 23 Jack Daniels car. Teagan loops it in the background. Ashbranner is going to loop it, trying to stay off of everybody, and they get righted. Here comes the pace truck. Hopefully they can get going before Lucas gets there. They don't go a lap down. Let's get a replay of what happened there. 61 goes into the pit lane. See what happens to Daniel. It's up on the high line, then gasses it up hard, and around it goes, sliding it right down the hill. Blake does a great job to avoid him. It's very difficult to change directions on dirt, but Blake did a fantastic job of it.
4.
It's the right number, Corey, that
admins
admins messed up. Admins messed up that one. They put him in as 17, but he's supposed to be 71. Can't blame him on that one. Tackwell on the pit lane must have had a little damage because Tackwell pitted from up in the middle of the... That allows Wilson to get up to fifth once again. Obviously Blake had to take his fast repair there, so he's back. It's like about 10th. Get set for the restart. Hoyts was chosen top. Lucas gets a good jump. Out into the lead he goes. Montrose.
To close pit. Thank you.
Brad Wilson wrapping the bottom, trying to move all the way up to third. Maybe even seconds. He's putting the pressure on Montrose. Ashbranner reporting from the 83 car. Fun while it lasted. Car sits on the pit lane. Montrose in second, trying to hold off Wilson. Wilson wrapping the bottom. Fifth caution is out. Heard a lot of apologies before we saw any reason for them.
It was slightly crowded. I wasn't trying to hit you.
Alkire slides up the hill, gets Daniel Wallen and JR Deal. Daniel makes it through there.
No harm.
Alkire goes around. Someone late to the party there. I think that was Teagan. They made it through. It looked like Alkire entered low, and the car, instead of rotating the back end, just went straight.
Rush to the front I've ever had.
And we are back under caution.
I don't race there, and I am having the time of my life. Thank you guys.
Love to hear that. It's kind of exactly what the series was for. Most of us are.
Thank my cut shot.
Most of us are.
By having the time of my life, I quite
Asphalt
literally mean
drivers.
I'm spinning out every 40 seconds, so I'm having fun.
I hear you, Williams. The report from the 83, they just kind of didn't want to get in anybody's way with this track condition. It's very worn out. Very worn out track. It's very slippery right now. Hoytsman gets a launch. Montrose, Clapper Newell. Several cars bounced it off the fence because the car just won't turn across the slick. See Whitehead, Clapper Newell digging down bottom. Here comes Pratt in the middle, the black and green machine with no nose. Scott Elston's up there in the top 10. Cars every which way on this slick track. We got a 3-wide battle for the third spot. Wilson, Clapper Newell, and Whitehead, top to bottom. Giglio slides in there, gets a little piece of Clapper Newell. He straightens it back out though. Whitehead really digging on the bottom. He's getting the advantage on even Montrose for second at this point, so the bottom really starting to come in. Giglio is taking note. He's wrapping the bottom. As is Pratt. Call-off trying to follow through. Looks like Damon Nagel's going to get the bottom on call-off. That's on Whitehead a little bit further up the track. Giglio battling Wilson up into the top 5. Uh-oh. That's JR Deal, Daniel Llewellyn in the background. That should be caution number 6. Looks like Daniel Llewellyn late to that collection as well. Daniel Llewellyn into the door of JR Deal. As JR Deal's back in, got a lot of rotation. And perhaps a bit too much, slowing him
I
down.
could get a black. It was from a start.
There you go, 9 of JR Deal. Down into turn number 1.
Thank you very much.
Gets the back end around a little too much. Daniel Llewellyn then comes in and finishes him off. And Alkire late to the party tags the 23 in the door. And Daniel gets him back in the right rear as they get turned around. A report from the 9. The 9 has thrown the gloves at the 23. We had a nice little green flag running that one. That was nice. Good to see. Hopefully we get some more of that. Yeah, it looked awesome too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's what you like here. Practice is up now for the Las Vegas Xfinity Series, Arc Music Xfinity Series race. So if you guys are up for that, just to let you know, your lobby's open. Hoytsman gets the launch on the high sides. Brad Wilson up there with him. Trying to get the launch on Whitehead on the inside. Inside was starting to come alive there on that green flag run. We'll see if they can replicate that. Montrose gets a punt from behind from the 71 machine. Gets him down into Giglio. Then Giglio saves him from going around. Oh, Montrose gets into Giglio. Is that going to spin him out? No, he saves it, but he's going to be pissed. In the back, though, that was, I believe, Scott Elston, the 35, usually the 85. Elston goes around, and that brings out our 7th caution. Wow, Ashton Tackwell and Scott Elston just make a hard collision coming off the corner. Tackwell was rolling the top pretty good, and Elston, I guess, didn't see him or couldn't get the car to turn enough, and heavy contact between the 35 and 25.
Someone's dragging a front bumper. I feel it though.
Corey Deal says the 9 missed that wreck. Let's see. JR Deal, look at that. We're going to back it up another 10 seconds and go on board. That's the back. Let's go to the front. Perfect. There we go. See, the 35-25 2 is outside. Contact should come right about there. And JR, woo! What a job that was. Fantastic job, Mr. Deal, avoiding that one. T-Boy. No more He-Man, T-Boy. If I crash later, blame it Scott. Perfect. Green flag back out in the air. Lucas gets a nice jump. Blake Giglio's all the way up to 3rd. 3rd place keeps getting black clears because they keep beating the inside line, and we have a wreck in the back again. Couldn't tell who started that one, but it looked like a chrome car, perhaps a Nagel. Yeah, Nagel and call off. Let's see how that starts. 86-63. Nagel starts to come down the hill to try and get traction. Call off still entering the corner. They disagreed on corner method and come together in the corner. 86 and 63. Call off and Nagel. Nagel gets the worst of it. Call off now in 9th. Nagel shipped back to 15th. Blake Giglio, all that he's been through in this race, lost the suspension and everything, finds himself 2nd before halfway in this race.
Yeah.
How many yellows the average per race? Not this many, I promise. Not this many in dirt streets back. This is 18 cars on a free racetrack, so you got a bigger turnout than normal, and
Single file.
it's resulting in more cautions than normal, but the cream's starting to rise to the top.
I'm gonna take the top.
Blake Giglio wants to the top. Hoyt says he's not going to give it to him. They are single file for the restart. Green back out on the air. Giglio trying to get it launched on the inside to keep up. Does a decent job, but not a good job. Blake trying to use that bottom to take away the lead. Whitehead in third now. Wilson fourth. I believe that's Montrose fifth. Giglio clips the tire, gets him all kinds of out of shape. That may be advantage Whitehead. So Whitehead powers by on the outside line. And we get our 9th caution. Looks like the 9 has brought out our 9th caution. Let's see how that unfolded. Lost the back end all by himself, and there it is. 9 car loops it. Brings out our 9th caution. Yes, Pro 4s and Pro 2 lights on dirt ovals is fan-freaking-tastic. Unfortunately, I'm in a minority on that thought, so not a lot of people do it. But it is fun. The 9 car heads to the pit lane.
Feels like game time illegally again while I went to pit road. Great.
What? I know not what is being complained about. We're down to...
Anybody who's new, we do clear that penalty because pit road is just messed up with there for some reason.
Alright. Wait's unsurprisingly taking the top. Montrose gets a start behind him now. Let's see if Montrose can take advantage and move into third or maybe even second. That is also very fun, Redbeard. It's just... Again, I'm in the minority. We tried to start a series of that and it just wasn't a big turnout. Green flag back in the air as we get to halfway finally. Cars all over the place. Giglio putting on pressure for the lead down on the bottom. Whitehead tucked in with them, as is Wilson. Hoytsma up at the top. Giglio not going to clear. He wanted to badly. Hoytsma kept the nose in there. He might clear here. Nope. Keeps the room up top. We go 4 wide for the 3rd spot. My goodness. Battle for the lead. 4 wide for 3rd. What's going on out there? Montrose to the wall. You got the 71, the 84, and the 51 all battling for the 3rd spot. So we watch this battle for the lead. They're doing a fantastic job until there of not hitting each other in that 4 wide. They save it though. Montrose gets away as they had to recover their cars. Giglio once again hits the tire on the inside. He's trying to cut it so tight to find any grip. Blake still wrapping bottom. Hoytsma probably wishing he didn't give it to him. He's barely hanging on right now. And Blake Giglio takes over the race lead. Hoytsma falls to second. Ian Montrose emerged from that 4 wide battle victorious and holds on to third. Brad Wilson and the 84 of Whitehead round out your top 5. Nothing changes. We're headed for a double feature winner tonight with Mr. Giglio in charge. We'll stay on this battle for third as Wilson's trying to take it away from Montrose. Wilson not quite wrapping the bottom like Giglio was, but still finding decent speed. 84 of Whitehead almost came down into the 71. They all had to check up. Then a little bit of contact between, I believe that's Nagel and Pratt. They get it sorted out. Montrose and Wilson, we're throwing sliders up here now. Wilson comes across him. Montrose tries to get back to the inside. See if Montrose sends it full send. He's going to catch a tire. Get up on 2 wheels. He slams the brakes not to take anybody out. Hear him say, ow. The front bumper's falling off of the 1. There it goes into the middle of the track. Fortunately, we don't get debris cautions here. Montrose advising not to go up and over the tires. It's probably good advice. Giglio, Hoytsma, Wilson. Now Whitehead. They're lapping the 23 of Llewellyn. Whitehead bouncing it off the fence. Pratt gets to his inside. Nagel gets to his inside. Haven't had enough 4 wide yet. We're going to try it again. Get by the lap machine of Llewellyn. Check in on race leader Blake's got a 2.5 seconds. There is Lucas. Wilson has to cross underneath. I believe that's Tegan Fox. My goodness. Quick thinking by Wilson, and we do get our caution. There's looks like something on the backstretch. Trying to click in, but it won't let us go.
Hey, I'm sorry, 71. I didn't mean to come down into you. I got stuck on the wall.
It won't show us who was in that.
Good racing there, Joseph. That was fun.
See if Tackwell was part of it.
Oh yeah, you too, man.
There's something on the backstretch. There's Alkire, wasn't him. It's Tegan up out of the way. Daniel was in it.
Go, single file restart.
Oh my gosh, Daniel's riding the wall trying to stay out of the way. And I think the wall reaches out and grabs him like it did Asherbranner earlier. And unfortunately for him, collects the one of Montrose. Ian probably pretty pissed. Nothing Ian really did wrong there. Daniel's just riding the wall and around he went. Drops Ian down to 11th. And now coming down for a faster pair with just a handful of laps to go. Be 8 when we get restarted. He can't even get the car into the box properly. Struggle for the one car. Trying to get his repair. He missed it again. There it goes. And we are green flag once again, so Montrose is going to go a lap down. Giglio wrapping right around the bottom.
But to be honest with you, I got super confused about where it was.
Blake using that bottom line to perfection.
Sorry, whoever made this clutch smoke crack times 3.
Apparently there was an issue between the 99 and... Oh my gosh, Harrison Whitehead just ramped that 84 car off the tires. Did not take Montrose's advice not to do that. Pratt round that outside, taking over the 4th spot from the 84 of Whitehead, and Wilson's in 3rd, Hoytsman 2nd, and Giglio still leads as they go by the wounded car of Daniel Llewellyn. You see this track is extremely slicked off now. And our 11th caution waves. May have been Llewellyn? Llewellyn spins it into the pit lane. He tried to gas it up to not bring out the caution, but unfortunately, just enough of his ass was hanging out that it triggered the yellow. Back under yellow we go. Be 5 laps to go when we get a restart. A Lucas Hoytsman version of Jimmy Johnson with anything with an engine. Lucas kind of is that guy. Lucas will drive anything, and quickly.
I did not mean to do that.
Not many things Lucas can't drive.
Yeah, dig it.
Pace truck's about to duck off. 5 laps to go from Limaland. Who's going to win it? Blake Giglio definitely putting on a strong showing. Hoytsman's going to loop it. 97 takes himself out on that restart. Brad Wilson's going to take away 2nd. Hoytsman's going to try to dig back on the inside, but I think it's too little too late for him. He's got to learn quickly how to run the bottom. Giglio's running top now. Wilson's running top. Lucas, after that mistake's running bottom. Wilson takes away the 2nd spot. He's going to over-rotate the 51 car. You heard him say he's a little rusty. That gives it back to Hoytsman. Now they're going to be back into a battle. Blake Giglio pulls away. They're going to catch Alkire here. Hopefully no issues with this. You see Wilson and Hoytsman really scrapping, trading this 2nd spot back and forth as Alkire gets loose and in the middle, and that's going to collect Whitehead. Whitehead nowhere to go, gets into Alkire, then Whitehead trying to get off Alkire, collects the 00 of Lafayette. Unfortunately, Alkire just kind of in the middle of the track, trying to get any traction, and gets caught up by the pack. Giglio goes low, Hoytsman goes low, Alkire over-rotates and just stops to try and get out of the way. But unfortunately, cars can't react that quickly on dirt. Whitehead plows into him.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Rough for Whitehead. He had such a good run going in the 2nd feature after a tough 1st feature. Feel bad for the 84 team. Lights still on the pace truck. Blake Giglio leads the parade around. Should get one to go here this time. Indeed we do. Yeah, believe a 2-lap shootout when we turn them loose. Pace truck ducks off. Giglio's in control. Green flag is out as Giglio gets us launched out of 4. Into turn number 1 they go, single file. Damon Nagel trying to find some ground on the bottom. Top 3 all single file. Hoytsman's going to slide it in there right up on the back bumper of Giglio. Giglio, I think, drove it up to try and get away from him, make sure he couldn't give him a little Austin Dillon treatment. White flag is in the air. Giglio gets a nice run off the bottom there, and it's all but over. Lucas tries to send it in there, but nothing doing. Giglio's going to get the win. Hoytza, then Wilson, and across the line for fourth. I believe Pratt gets it by a nose over Damon Nagel. Call off Clapper, Newell, Lafayette, Tackwell, and Montrose, your top 10.
Damn, nice finish. Top 3 in the waiting room.
Giglio, Hoytza, and Wilson.
We are at the road course at Daytona.
Hell yeah.
Dirt.
Meme week time. Mr. Giglio, double feature winner tonight, doing those burnouts in style. How good does it feel to pick up a double feature win at Limaland?
Yeah, feels good. I think we discovered the bottom was better than the top there early in that race, and was able to kind of use that to drive by the people there that were really fast. So, glad we were able to do that. And after that, you just had to control the top and not let them get under you, which is what we did, and picked up our first double feature win of the year.
Yeah, and you kept the nose on it this time, so the car looked good in the pictures. Good job.
Thanks. I tried my best.
All right, bud. Congrats on the win. You got the friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for your double feature win?
Yeah, shout out to you for broadcasting, obviously. M9 Performance, CTC Racing, Ludwig Esports. Everyone that does this league, great job, fun cars. I'm looking forward to starting in the rear here in this Xfinity race and drive to the front.
10-4. Good luck in Vegas.
Thanks.
Blake Giglio in the 16, picking up the win here. Now we'll go get the second place finisher, Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas in the 97. Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we brought it home in second there. What'd you need to try and hold off the alien that is Blake Giglio on dirt?
Well, he was really digging on the bottom. I really just couldn't run down there. I was too scared to hit the tires. And I just kept trying to hold the top, got a few bad corners, allowed him to get past, and then luckily I got some restarts that could have helped me out, but I pretty much screwed up every one of them. Got lucked out. The 51 got, ran into by somebody there, gave me second place back. So I was like, oh, got one more shot at Blake, and then proceeded to screw up 1 and 2 on the white flag and ran out of steam. So I don't know, second place still good after the way the first feature went, but pretty crazy night for me.
10-4. Congrats on that second place finish. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts before you get off to Vegas?
Yes, sir. Just 712 Breaks, Labor 12, and you for doing the broadcasting, and everybody puts us up.
10-4. We appreciate you. See you in Vegas.
See you.
Lucas Hoytza in the 97. Now we go find the 51 of Bradley Wilson. Brad, DG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it was quite an interesting night there. Got up to the front fairly okay. Didn't get too beat up coming through the field. And then, I don't know, lots of crazy stuff happened there towards the end. What did you see going on out there, and how was your race?
Honestly, not entirely sure with you. Just trying to do as best we could there. And maybe could have had something, but Lucas and Blake are always really fast at this dirt stuff. So it's kind of hard to beat them. You just got to kind of run where they are because they're in the fast lane and just know where to get around.
10-4. Well, you still put on a heck of a show tonight. We appreciate you coming out. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more, knock some of that rust off, and beat those boys.
That's what we're planning for next week.
10-4. We appreciate you, my friend. And you running Vegas tonight?
Hoping to, yes.
All right. We'll see you in Vegas.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Brad Wilson in the 51 brings it home third. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Nice turnout here on the Limaland track. Hopefully we'll get similar turnout here on the next week's track. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what that's going to be. I don't know if the schedule's already preloaded or not. Hey, look at that. We got to go to Daytona Dirt Road for Meme Week. That is another free track, by the way. So hopefully we'll get a big turnout for the memes. Come out, have a good time. Yes, it is dirt street stock cars on a road course, and a jumpy course at that. We'll make the damage off so that the cars don't explode. And we'll have a good time. Have a good points race and blow off some steam. Let loose. Put a smile on your face. That's what we're trying to do for Meme Week. So that's the goal. Dirt Road Daytona next week. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We appreciate you very much. We're about to head off to Las Vegas. We're going to kill our YouTube stream. Still be on Twitch live. And yeah, thanks to all of our sponsors and Forward Screen Printing that helps us put on this series each and every week. We appreciate them. We appreciate you for being here.